I am opening up. I am opening up. I am opening up to you.
This verse has two parts, or this day. The first part, letting those waters that we explored last time be gathered into one place, and then dry land appears. So up to this point, we just had water. We had light and water, and now we have land. The land now is where there's this new receptivity in your outer self for what's coming in from the inner self.
Well, it's wonderful uh, to be talking and thinking and writing about the ground of our being and how does that show up for us and what is it? What are those concrete things that we hear, read, touch, see that help us ground, that help us touch into the ground of our being? And I was I did start the little candle a little bit before Sage and I started because lighting a candle is one of the ways that I kind of I realize something special is about to happen. I know something special is happening constantly, but I needed to be aware of it. I needed to have it in my mind. So that's one thing I've done.
Right? Maybe we need to think of this as the emergence of life, and it requires ground to come out of. As we think about that, we think about the principle of life manifesting in us on every level, right? The animals haven't shown up, the human beings haven't shown up, but the impulse of life is already manifested. It manifests in cycles, right? Plants grow from the seed to maturation to releasing new seed to withering and dying, which actually provides the material for the next generation of plant life to manifest. We're being invited to enter into this cycle of life and to allow things to grow in us, to be planted in us as little seedlings, to mature, to bear their fruit, to bear their seed, and then to let them go.
Thinking about day 3 as like establishing my ground in terms of okay, here I am in this body, in this point of life, in this context, in this little nexus on the planet. This is where I'm planted, and I have all these earthly experiences that are before me, and I have this spiritual life flowing into me, and what can I do? Still believing this is sort of my project. What are the things I'm called to do to make more room for goodness, to make more room for the Lord's life to flow in, and think of the repentance as changing my thinking, but also seeing what's not working and stepping away from it.
I'm quite interested in this word repentance. In the Greek, it's metanoia, which more literally translates to it as an after or a changed mind, a different way to view things, which is what divine revelation is all about, right? It's why texts are given to us. It's why we have, we've had visionaries and seers and oracles down from the past. It's offering a different way to think about things. So this is that new mind that's been sparked, and ultimately the new mind is the logos, is the word becoming flesh and living in us. Early in my awakening experience, there was a lot of visceral fear, like feeling like my life was being sucked out of my body, and it was just, and I'd have these what I thought were panic attacks, but they were so visceral. My whole body would just feel like flooded, like it was being drained. And then someone had said to me, and I wasn't sleeping, it was all awful. And someone said to me, what if that presence you're feeling is something that's trying to be received? And one night, when it came on again, I thought, I'm going to open up to it instead and allow it and invite it. And it completely changed from dread and fear and, sweats and everything to, like, it just moved through as this visceral ecstasy of like this pleasurable feeling in my body. And it's funny because I had a dream of that this week as well. And I have a lot of dreams. I don't often bother recalling them anymore, but this one was very odd. I guess it's related to the ocean as well. It was like this big blue eel-like creature. And I had seen all these other people going through it and being like they were using it as like a torment, kind of like they were using it to like harm people and torment them. Um, in the dream, I wasn't really me. It was like observing. It was a self that was being observed. It was the self that was being observed. But anyway, the self went into it very calm and didn't like, there was no hesitation. And it's because they were putting people's heads in it and they were getting tormented by it and stuff. And the self just put its head straight in and opened up to the invitation of it. And became one with this creature thing, and then it just opened into the expansiveness of the universe, and it was this like it was this becoming one with the knowledge of the universe. Like it was a real like what could have been fear turned into complete openness to the experience, which was interesting. So just interesting that you bring that up. I know that's something that comes up I hear time and time again, is that trusting vulnerability that goes hand in hand. And then, but the fear that goes with that as well, you know.
And I love it when we both are in the sea.